Hi, Divine Souls. This is Tamala, your clarity catalyst and empowerment mystic, offering you clarity and empowerment through your own soul. So today we are doing a manifesting class. Basically what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some content and we're going to talk about a new program that I have. And when I'm delivering the content, when I'm on the slides, for whatever reason, I have a PowerPoint presentation. And for whatever reason, when I turn the PowerPoint on, presenter view, it fills up my whole screen, so I can't see the broadcast screen. So I will occasionally flip back and forth to see what comments or questions that you may have. So make sure that you are posting in the comments, and I will answer any questions that you have at the very end, because that is going to work best for me, because when I'm in the flow, sometimes I'm channeling the information as it's coming in, so it's easier for me to just stay in that flow and to take questions after. So let's go ahead and get started with the content. So I am going to show a PowerPoint, and hopefully you can see this. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to move this over here. All right, so this is our free manifesting training. Yay! So here is our agenda. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the number one myth about manifesting. We're also going to talk about the number one most important key to manifesting, and there is one. And then we're going to find out, what does that key mean? Where do you find that key? And how that key works. Then we're going to talk about what happens if you don't have that key. And we're going to talk about a special offer to join the training program that's going to get you all of this information. And yes, we are going to talk about that at the end, because that is the energy exchange for this free information. So let's get started. We're going to jump right into the content. So we're going to talk about the very biggest, the number one huge, massive myth about manifesting. And I want you to put in the comments what you think the number one myth to manifesting is. Just post in the comment. It can be a guess. It can be something that comes to you. It can be something that you believe. But type in the comments right now and let me know what you think is the number one myth about manifesting. All right. So again, we're going to look at these at the end, and I will always come back at the very end and answer questions. So the number one myth about manifesting is that you manage the law of attraction. That's a huge myth. People are always saying, "Yeah, I'm managing the law of attraction. I'm making it work for me." And it's all right if you understand what that means. But a lot of people actually think they are managing the law of attraction, that they are taking the law of attraction and they're making the law of attraction work for them. And here's the thing. The law of attraction is. It just is. And it's not something that you are managing. It's not something that you are changing. It's not something that you are manipulating. And that's the big kind of confusion, because people wonder, well, I'm using the law of attraction and it's not working for me. You don't use the law of attraction. You don't manage the law of attraction. What you do is you understand that the law of attraction is, and that it is working all the time. And you have to shift who you are and bring who you are into that law of attraction. because that law's working all the time. It's working, 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 working. And so what you want to do is you want to start crafting how the law of attraction is working for you, but it's not managing it. What you're doing is you're managing you in the process. You're not managing the law of attraction. Does that make sense? All right, so that's the number one myth. Now, this class is not about the law of attraction. So I want to get into what this class is really about. We're talking about the number one most important key to manifesting. And you can put in the contents about what you think this key is. What is the number one most important key to manifesting? And I will check those in a few minutes, but go ahead and put those in the comments. I'll give you another minute. All right, you ready for the answer? The number one most important key to manifesting is understanding that manifesting is simply alignment. That's it. That's all that it is. Manifesting is simply alignment. Now, that seems really super simple. And the next question is, well, what is alignment? So we're going to talk about that. Now, it's really, really super important for you to understand that we don't actually manifest. Okay? We don't magically make things appear. We don't go, poof, here it is, right? That's not what happens. We align. We align. We don't manifest. So what does that mean? Like I said, we don't magically make things happen. We don't just poof, here's a new house, and poof, here's a new relationship, and poof, here's a new career, right? We're not magicians. We don't pull things out of the air. What we do is that we align with the experiences and the things that we want. So we change who we are in order to be connected to and in alignment with those things that we want. Because the law of attraction says that what is likened to itself is drawn. So that means like attracts like. If you want to attract wealth, then you have to change yourself. You have to change your frequency. You have to change your vibration. You have to change your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions that align with wealth. Because as the law of attraction is working and it's attracting things into your experience, it is attracting what is currently in your vibration, what currently is in your thoughts and emotions, what you are resonating with. That's true. That's a real word and it's a real thing. And so if you want to change what you're getting, if you want to change the experiences that you're having, you're not going to change the law of attraction to make it work for you. You're going to jump into the law of attraction and start maneuvering yourself into the new vibration of what you want to get. And when you do that, when you align with the experiences and the things that you want, then those experiences and the things that you want will drop into your experience. You'll get them. That's universal law. It has to work like that. There's no questions. There's no potentials. There's no maybes, right? If you're aligned with it, you're getting it. And what you're getting now, you're already aligned with because you're already doing this. This happens all the time, whether you know it or not. And it happens in every aspect of your experience. So, excuse me. So, everything that's going on in your life right now, in your love life, in your career, in your home life, in your living conditions, in your car, in your bank account, in your children, everything about your experience is what you are aligned with right now. So, if you want to change what it is that you're receiving, then you're going to change what you are aligned with. So, that's the only way. That's how it works. And I've had a lot of people tell me, yeah, I don't want to do the work. And my answer is, cool, that's fine, but you're not going to get what you want. You don't have to do the work. You don't have to make the effort to change who you are, but you're going to keep getting what you're already getting. And that's something that is really important for folks to hear. You can't just do something once and expect that to change everything in your experience. You have to change who you are in your vibration. You have to change your thoughts, you have to change your emotions, and you have to change your actions. And when you're doing that, what you're doing is you're reprogramming your frequency so that you're resonating with what it is that you want. And once you resonate, once you actually shift into that new vibration and you shift into matching that vibration that you want to attract, then boom, you've got it. Okay? That's how it works. That's how it always works. It's never going to not work that way as long as the earth is functioning the way that it is functioning right now. Okay? So, now, how do you change what you're aligned with? And we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to get into a little bit more information here. Okay? So, we already know that all thoughts, emotions, and actions have creative power, right? We think a thought, we give it energy, it attracts experiences that are resonant to that into our life. We have emotions, and we feed them with more emotion, and those emotions attract experiences into our lives as well. And we take actions, and those actions have consequences or results. And so the results are what come into our experience. Now we take charge of our lives and the results that we get in our lives through taking charge of our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. Yet even doing that, even taking charge of that, that does not mean that you're going to be aligned. To be aligned, right? And alignment's what we're looking for. We're looking for alignment with this thing that we want to create so that we can shift our vibration and then it comes into our experience because we match it. But just because we change our thoughts and emotions and our actions, it doesn't mean that we're going to be aligned. There's an extra secret step that is not a secret, but it has been portrayed as a secret because a lot of people don't know about it. And it's that you have to be authentic. Okay? You got to be who you are. And a lot of people are saying, well, I am who I am. I'm pretty authentic. I'm pretty honest with who I am to other people. But are you authentic with who you are at soul level? Being authentic requires an understanding of who you are at soul level, which tells you how you were created to operate and manifest. Yes, this is information about you, about the bigger you, about who you are at soul level, who you really are, and who you are even when you're not in a body. This is who you are. And knowing that information, I mean, just kind of thinking about that, holy smokes, if I know who I am at soul level, if I know who I am when I'm not in a body, holy smokes, that changes everything about my experience because I understand the bigger picture. I understand why I came here, right? And it's super, super important for us to know this information. And if you're not in alignment with who you are at soul level, You'll be out of alignment with your creation ability and with your manifestation ability, because you can't manifest without being in alignment. And you can't be in alignment without being authentic. And you can't be authentic without knowing who you are at soul level and start bringing that more into your experience, into your vibration, which then will get you those results that you're looking for that are authentic to who you are. Because sometimes we ask for things and we want things that are not authentic for us. They're not really what we want. They're things that we think we should have, or we think we want them until we get them, right? And so what happens is we find that being authentic is a huge, huge, powerful part of really learning how to be the hero in your own life and really creating the life that you desire, which is what we all want to do. So you could find yourself feeling blocked or restricted from creating the relationships, the work or career experiences, the financial abundance, or even the next steps in your creative process. Maybe there's blocks in all of those places and you don't really understand why. And if you're not coming from that authentic place, that soul level alignment place, then you are going to have difficulty creating these kinds of relationships and financial abundance and career or work experiences that are authentic for you, because you don't know what's authentic for you. So if you are living a truly authentic life, this is how you know if you're doing it, okay? If you are living an authentic life, you will have loving relationships that support those things about you and your life that help you thrive and expand. So, let's just stop and check in for a minute, okay? If you are living a truly authentic life, you will have loving relationships that support those things about you and your life that help you thrive and expand. So who's got that? Okay? I got that. I'm in alignment with who I am. And every aspect of my experience allows me to thrive and to expand and to attract more things that are in alignment with who I am at soul level. And I want you to have that too. So what it also means is you'll have the career or the job that makes you feel valued, easily productive, and deeply fulfilled. How many people have a job like that? I do, because I'm in alignment and doing my alignment in my job and in my relationships and in every aspect of my experience. You'll have financial abundance, which comes to you with ease and joy. And how many of us want that? And if we already have it, how many of us even want more of that? It's a wonderful thing when you start doing you, because it's how you were designed. It's how you were created. And the more that you can connect with that and attach to that and really become integrated with your own authenticity, the more powerful you are going to be in creating the life that you desire. You'll experience your creativity flowing through you, enlivening you in all aspects of your experience, because you will be in alignment. Yay! So, now let's get to the nitty-gritty. What does alignment mean? Well, we already talked about it. It means authenticity, where you are connected to and being authentic with who you are at soul level. Okay, we've already talked about that. But what does that mean exactly? Well, it means number one, that you are connected to and working and knowing and understanding and embodying your primary energy center. Another name for that is your soul purpose, right? So the idea is that when we individuated from source, we individuated into groups of other souls that share some similar characteristics. But within those groups of souls, we all have our own vibrational spectrum. Okay? It's what we are made of. And in our vibrational spectrum, there are certain aspects about ourselves that are more abundant. Like for me, my soul purpose, my primary energy center, is divine truth and divine self-expression. And both of those together make up more than 50%, almost 60% of who I am at soul level. So what that means is over half of who I am, whether I'm in a body or not in a body, is divine truth and divine self-expression. So that means everything about my experience, I am going to have to align with divine truth and divine self-expression. That means I have to speak my truth. It means I have to share the information that comes to me through spirit. It means that I have to communicate, right? I have to do all of these things that are important, and also what I do in my work, because I do implement this into my work, is I help other people align with their own divine truth and divine self-expression, whatever that is for them. So I know what my soul purpose is. I know what I was created to be and do and have, because I know I am divine truth and divine self-expression. So the second thing that we need is we also need to know how we're designed to create. And that information comes from our manifesting blueprint. And we're going to talk more about this later. But basically, the manifesting blueprint is held at our soul matrix or our soul blueprint, which is in the seventh dimension, where we first come into individuality. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But we have to know our manifesting blueprint, because we individuated into these groups of other souls. We have our own vibrational spectrum, and in that, are attached to that vibrational spectrum, is our soul matrix. There's our soul blueprint, and inside our soul blueprint is our manifesting blueprint. It's how we work things out so that we get what we want. That's honestly what it is. And it is hugely important for us to know what that is. Now, the third thing that we have to align with in order to be authentic is we have to have universal alignment, which means that we also need to align with divine love. And that's not human love. It's not sexual love. It's not compassionate love. It's not agape love. It is divine, universal, non-judgmental, holding everything as being right, based on and right timing, based on everything that's preceded it. Everything is perfect. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't terrible things that happen, and that there aren't negative aspects showing up in people's lives. But divine love knows that the reason that stuff is showing up is because of all the thoughts and the emotions and the actions and the choices that people have made up to that point. Because karma is real, and karma is simply the consequence of our choices. And the process of karma really is what the law of attraction is. You take action, you get the result, right? You take an action, that action resonates with this thing, here's the result. That's what it is. And if we're aligning not only with who we are at soul level and how we are designed to create and manifest, and we're connected to divine love, the sky is the limit. There's absolutely nothing that we can't create. There is nothing that we can't have and do and be, because we will be doing our divinity. And that's what we came here to do. So the next question is, now that we know what those things are, how do we get them? Okay? Well, to get your primary, hold on, I'm going to take a drink of water. To get your primary energy center or your soul purpose, those names are interchangeably, to get that, to find that out, I get that information from the fifth dimension. And I want to talk for just a minute about the dimensions, okay? The third dimension, 3D, length times width times height, right? That is where our physical bodies are. We are third dimensional beings, okay? Our earthly experience is third dimensional. And so everything that we experience here is in the 3D. Now the fourth dimension adds time. And that's where our thoughts and emotions are, okay? And there's other stuff in there too, but primarily we're just going to talk about our thoughts and emotions right now. And the reason that I say that time is there is because our thoughts and emotions can go back and forth in time, right? We can have thoughts where we're thinking about something that happened in the past, or we can have thoughts where we're thinking about something that might happen in the future. We can worry about something in the future. We can be excited about something in the future, right? Now, we also have our emotions that are there, which I just kind of talked about, where we can not only think about something that happened in the past, but we can have regret about it. We can long for it. We can feel victimized by it, right? Or we can look into our future and we can feel excited and thrilled about what's going to happen. Or we can feel worried or anxious about what's going to happen in the future, right? So our thoughts and emotions really can slide back and forth on the timeline. And so that is the fourth dimension. Now the fifth dimension is where our spirit is. And it's also where a whole lot of other things are. But the only other thing I want to talk about right now is the Akashic records. Those also are in the fifth dimension. And I do a great deal of work with the Akashic records, clearing blocks and restrictions for folks, past life, present life, removing all of those blocks and restrictions so that they can really step into more of who they are. Now, in the Akashic records, I'm able to access your primary energy center, which is your soul purpose. And that way you know who you are at soul level, what your soul purpose is. Because it is the direct connection, because your fifth dimension, where your spirit is directly connected to the fourth dimensional thoughts and emotions, which are directly connected to your third dimensional body physical experience. Okay? They are all connected. And when something happens on one level, it does impact all the other levels. So, I get your primary energy center or your soul purpose in the fifth dimension through your Akashic records. But then also, where do we get the manifesting information, right? We talked about that, the manifesting blueprint. Where do we get that? Well, that is in the seventh dimension. So remember I said we originate into these groups of other souls. Inside those groups, we have vibrational spectrums that are just ours. And as we come down through the dimensions, and it gets denser and denser and denser, there becomes a point where we're what we're doing when we're coming through the dimensions is we're becoming more individuated. Okay? The higher up the dimensions, the more we're connected to all that is. And the lower the dimension that we're in, the more individual we become. Okay? And so the seventh dimension is the first dimension where we take on our individuality. That's where our I comes in. I, Tamala. I'm a Tamala, right? I'm a Tamala. I'm not a George. I'm not a Teresa. I'm not a Melody. I'm a Tamala, right? That starts at the seventh dimension. And in that seventh dimension, it holds our soul matrix. It holds our soul blueprint. And in that soul blueprint is our manifesting blueprint. Okay? It's how we are designed to manifest. It's how we're designed to create. It's how we're designed to flow with the law of attraction. It just is. And then divine love, we find that through your connection to Source, to the universe, to God, to Goddess, to all that is, whatever that is for you. But your connection to that all that is how you tap into divine love. Okay? So now we know where we get this information. How does it work? Well, if you know how you were designed to manifest, then you can know how to create what you want. It's as simple as that. You can also find out what you're doing now, right? Because we're all already doing stuff. And we all have aspects of our experience, those experiences that we don't prefer. So, and some of us go, well, okay, I believe in the law of attraction. I know that like attracts like, and then I create my experience. Okay, I already know that. And I'm doing a lot of work, but how am I still getting this stuff that I don't prefer? Okay, this is the how. This is how you're getting that information, that experience, those results that you don't prefer. It's also how you're getting the ones you do prefer. And once you learn about these, you're going to be able to really use them as a superpower and use them on purpose. So, you find out what you're doing now, how it's not resonating for you, and how you can tweak the what you do and how you do it so that you're in alignment, which then by default is going to create abundance for you. And it's an abundance in money, relationships, love, joy, health, peace, anything that you can imagine. Every element and aspect of your experience is created, and it's created by the how. And if you're not using your how on purpose, then what you're probably getting is some stuff that you would not prefer, and you have no idea how you're creating it. And you have no idea how to stop creating it. And that's what we want you to learn. So, this is powerful information that allows you to make informed decisions about what choices are most authentic for you. Not only what's going to give you the most joy and expansion, but what really is in alignment. Like for me, being divine truth and divine self-expression, I can't lie. Can't. I used to try it as a kid. I was terrible at it. Every once in a while as an adult, I had tried it. And immediately what happens is I turn bright red. And I tell on myself because I just can't do it. And the reason I can't do it is because that's not who I am at soul level. I'm divine truth. If I'm divine truth and divine self-expression, that means I have to speak my truth, right? So if I'm not speaking my truth, I'm out of alignment. And that's a huge problem because that will block everything about my creative process. So, if you know who you are at soul level, then you can work towards aligning with that. I see it for myself. I see it with my family. I see it with my clients all the time. That's how we learn and practice being more authentic. If you know what your individual soul level identity is, right? Your primary energy center and your soul purpose, then you'll be able to bring more of that resonant energy into your everyday experience. And why is that important? It's important because the law of attraction is always working. So if I'm bringing more and more of who I am into my experience, then I'm getting more and more of the things that thrill and excite me and juice me and make me feel alive and strong and vibrant, right? Now, what happens if you're not in alignment? Okay, this is important for us to know. Well, you're going to get a whole lot of nothing, number one. Or you could be getting the opposite of what you want. I want a lot of abundance. But if you're not in alignment, instead of getting a lot of abundance, you're getting a lot of prosperity deficiency. You're getting a lot of lack, right? You're getting a whole lot of people not paying you, or not being able to find a job that will support you, or only ever having just enough, right? And you get $800 in the bank, and then you break a tooth and it costs $850. Okay, that's happened to me before I learned all of this information. Or you could feel blocked or restricted and feel like you just can't. I just can't. I don't know. No matter what I try, I just can't, right? That's also a sign that you're not in alignment. You could also always feel like you're searching, like something's missing. It's like, it's missing. It's just there. It doesn't have to be this hard. I know it doesn't have to be this hard. So what's missing? Okay, you can feel like that. Or you could be creating a whole lot of negative experiences for yourself. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how this shows up for people, and you can see if any of this resonates for you. And if it does, put it in the comments. And remember, you can share this out for anyone that you think might benefit. So, example 1. Connie is a woman who always takes the time to speak kindly to people on the street, to offer a smile when needed, takes care of her family, even when she's not feeling her best, and generally tries very hard to live the golden rule. She treats others the way she wants to be treated. She ignores their bad behavior. She keeps a smile on her face when people are rude or harsh. And she tries hard to forgive and forget when someone does her wrong. But she finds that very seldom do people treat her the way that she treats them. She's taken advantage of, she's yelled at, she's criticized, and just plain disrespected. But how can that be? Connie's been living her life as a giver, making divine compassion her highest purpose. She learned as a child in her faith tradition that the highest gift that you can give someone is compassion, and she gives it even when it's difficult. And based on the law of attraction, that should be working for her, right? She should be receiving divine compassion back. While it seems like the right thing for her to do, to align with that divine compassion, it just makes her feel like something's missing, like it's something big. Well, she is missing something big. When I look at who Connie is at soul level and see how she was designed, we discover that her soul purpose is not divine compassion. It's divine truth. And divine truth makes up 43% of who she is. So holy smokes. Divine truth is 43% of who she is. So that means 43% of every aspect of her experience has to be in alignment with divine truth. Right? That just stands to reason. Well, if she's being divine compassion, that's not what she's aligned with. Okay? Almost half of who she is divine truth. It is not divine compassion, which is its own energy center, by the way. She has been trying to align with the wrong energy all this time. That's why it's not working for her. Now, a soul that's primary in divine truth is a person who is a spiritual warrior and who stands for justice and fair play. They help us align with our own unique truths, and they immediately know when someone is lying, and they need to call people on it or to remove these people from their lives. These souls need to expose untruths and speak up instead of ignoring or tolerating this behavior. In order to feel aligned and to create abundance in their lives, they're gonna have to do this. But that's not what Connie was doing, was it? She was tolerating the harsh behavior. She was giving compassion to the people instead of aligning with the divine truth, instead of calling these people on their untruths, right? Instead of speaking up for herself and for others. Well, when we say abundance here, it says in order to feel aligned and to create abundance in their life, she's going to have to be doing these things, right? And this abundance that we're talking about is an abundance of loving relationships, of finances, of work or career happiness, just every aspect of their experience. Now, as a child, Connie likely was very truthful, and she found herself frequently in trouble for speaking her mind and telling adults when they were wrong, or telling her religious teachers when they were mistaken. She may have been told to be quiet or stop arguing, or may simply have been ignored. I know I had this experience myself. It was always hush, hush, right? So she may have shut down her gifts of sensing the truth and took on the mantle of compassion because it was the right way to deal with people. Now, the problem is there's no right way that's universal for everyone. Each of us are different, and that's important for you to understand. Each of us are different. We're different at soul level, and we have a different manifesting blueprint. And what works for everyone doesn't work for everyone because everyone is not the same. We're designed differently, we work differently, and we bring in different things into this world. Once Connie knows that her primary energy center is divine truth and what that means, she can begin to bring more of that into her everyday experience. She can start speaking her own truth to those she loves, those she works with, and those she engages with. And she'll find she's getting different results. And those results are going to be results that make her happy and more joyful. Now, it can be scary, but when you align with who you are at soul level, you step into levels of alignment that bring you more opportunities to do more of your own divine nature. Remember, that law of attraction is working. And if you're stepping into more of who you are and you're really stepping into it, it's going to bring you experiences where you can step into and be that more. And it's going to bring you experiences where you can step into it and be that more. And it's going to be more and more aligned and more joyful and more exactly how you want your life to be. That means that you'll invite into your life and your experiences the people and circumstances where you get the freedom and joy of being more you. And the people or circumstances that are not in alignment for you will fall away. You don't have to do anything to get them out of your experience. This is also part of the law of attraction. The stuff that is no longer aligned for you will fall away. So those people will deselect themselves from your experience. And it is beautiful. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, it is magnificent when those people that hold you down, that want to keep you small, they want to use you, that want to keep you frustrated and out of alignment, when they fall out of your experience, it is a huge relief, and you really get to understand how trapped you felt being around them and being with them. It's because you were out of alignment, okay? They weren't serving or supporting you. They were keeping you down. And here's the thing. They weren't keeping you down. You were aligned with them keeping you down. That's why you were down. Does that make sense? When you're no longer aligned with being kept down, then those people who were serving that position for you, who were serving that keeping you down, when they're not, when you don't need that anymore, when you don't resonate with that anymore, then they just fall away. And that's how it works. It's awesome. It is miraculous, and it is amazingly empowering. Now here's example 2. Angel owns her own business. She has all the credentials, education, and experience needed to be a resounding success. She works hard and spends from 60 to 80 hours a week making sure she's keeping her clients happy and fostering new business relationships. She's exhausted and started to begin to think that she must be doing something wrong. Everyone doesn't work this hard, and if they do, she's not sure how long she can keep it up. She's exhausted. She needs a break. She wants to find the right life partner and have a family. She wants to enjoy life outside of her business. She's tried every class, workshop, and online course, and still she can't figure out how to streamline her processes any more than she already has. She's just about ready to throw in the towel. When I look at her manifesting blueprint, I find that Angel and her business model are not in alignment. She may be doing it the way the experts have been telling her to do it, but she's not doing it the way she is designed to do it. We realign her products, her content, her offerings to be in alignment with how she is designed, and then we align how she markets, how she shares and delivers to her clients. This includes online, in-person, retail, etc. Now, when all of those things are aligned with how she is designed, her workload drops, her client base increases, and she has lots more personal time to enjoy opportunities for fun, meeting new people, and relaxation. She brings that joyful, relaxed state back into her business, and that makes her business experiences more joyful and relaxed. I'm going to take a drink. Now, example 3. Jonathan has been doing his own work, aligning with his own divine nature, and he's really been working on himself for the last 20 years. He's a Reiki master and a yoga teacher. He gets that life is about alignment of mind, body, and spirit. He knows that. And yet, he keeps finding himself unable to manifest what he wants in his life, be it a relationship or his next career. He's bored with his life and he craves newness and expansion, but he feels stuck. He's tried everything that he's tried in the past and none of it is working. And he's done everything all of his mentors and teachers and friends have suggested. And he's meditated on it, and yet still he's stuck, unable to manifest what he wants. So when I look at his manifesting blueprint, I find that he is out of alignment with 4 of the 7 polarity spectrums of how he's designed to manifest. Almost half of how he creates is out of whack. So no wonder he can't manifest what he wants, right? When we delve into how he's working now and compare that with how he's designed to manifest, we clearly see patterns of why he keeps getting what he's getting, and we learn ways where he can begin to operate that are in alignment with his unique manifesting blueprint. This alignment then allows him to take charge in even more empowered ways in creating each business contact, each personal relationship, and create and manifest in ways that make him feel fulfilled and authentic. So, can you see from these few examples how being misaligned with who you are at soul level and how you're designed to manifest can really impact your day-to-day experience? Put in the comments and let me know. Did you get an aha? Did we create some awareness for you? Let me know. Now, this misalignment causes difficulties in your relationships, in your work or career, in your self-love, and in every conceivable aspect of your experience. So tell me, make sure you put in the comments, how would your life be different if you were aligned with who you are at soul level and how you were designed to manifest? So I'm going to take a couple of sips of water while you think about that. How would your life really be different if you were aligned? Okay. So, how do you get this info so that you can align if you don't know how, or if you don't have access to the 5th or the 7th dimensions like I do? Well, good news. If you've already done the jump start with me, or if you've had a soul profile reading and clearing, you know that you already are aware of your primary energy center and your soul purpose. So that's good. And if you haven't, don't worry about it, because I have a special surprise for you. So, the way that you find out all of this information, if you can access it yourself, is you get to join me and other manifestors in the 6-month Manifesting Blueprint training. Now, we already have class 1 going on right now, and we've just had our 2nd class. And so I'm opening up class 2. So the doors are going to open this Saturday, March 24th. And they're going to close Sunday, April 8th. But what's really super important and what you need to know is that because you're attending on this webinar, whether it's in live or replay, as long as it's before Saturday the 24th, then you're going to get a special bonus. Okay? But before we talk about the special bonus, there's 2 little comments that were posted on our Facebook group. One of the one of the benefits of the courses, we also have this awesome Facebook group. And so one person said, I saw the ways in which I was coming from the shadow place of some of my blueprint instead of from the empowered place. That is huge. I can't tell you how much that is changing this person's experience. And I don't want to share a lot more because this is a lot of the content, a lot of the stuff that we share in the class. It's personal. It's intimate information, right? It's specific to us. It's our it carries some wounds and some emotions around it, and it also is miraculously expansive when it clicks in. It changes people's lives, and it's really important. And even for those who have had soul profile work with me, even if you've done multi-layers, one of those persons, she's done a workshop with me. She's done a contracts, curses, and chords class. She's done the soul profile reading and clearing, and did the Divine Soul Circle workshop. And then she said, this stuff is fascinating. Who knew there'd be so much more to learn about oneself? So that's awesome. Now, some of the intentions for the class in Class 1 have been a career, around money or abundance, around joy, around completing tasks. And the most important is they all want to learn how to wield their superpowers on purpose, right? That's what we want to do. We want to start creating the life we desire on purpose. And that's what all of this is about. So I am going to stop screen sharing for a minute, and I hope that you have enjoyed the content. Please let me know. Make sure that you are posting in the comments what your thoughts are. And now I'm going to shift over and I'm going to show you about the course itself so that you can see what all is included, what we're doing, where we're going, okay? So give me just a second. I want to show you. There it is. Yay! Okay. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, make it bigger. Okay. So what you'll find here is when you go to the page is yourownsoul.com/MB. So let's see, I think I can put that up for you. Right there. Okay. yourownsoul.com/MB for Manifesting Blueprint. Okay. So when you get there, you're going to see the header. And this really is talking about the Manifesting Blueprint, right? Has some of the information that we just talked about, okay? There's me and my beloved. And it talks a little bit about me. I am an expert at aligning people with their own divinity. I'm an advanced soul realignment practitioner, certified catalyst facilitator, ordained shamanic Magdalene high priestess, and I have done all of this work myself. And you can do it too. You absolutely can begin to create the life you desire when you are authentic with who you are. Now, like we said, I'm going to take a drink. Like we said, this is more than the law of attraction. This is you and your own unique manifesting process. And it works because it is you. That's what you have to remember. Now, here's just some of the information that's available. There's online content, and the online content is available 24/7. And it's going to walk you through clarification of the 7 polarity spectrums, right? Are you contrast or similarity? Do you experience your divinity more in situations or with people who are similar to you or who are contrasting to you? Like, for example, I'm a contrast person. And I spent my life trying to be a similarity. And that wasn't working for me. And I never understood why. I was always trying to fit in, right? I was always trying to find other people who were like me and where I didn't stand out like so incredibly different because I am incredibly different. It's not a bad thing. And for a long time, I thought it was a bad thing. I thought there was something awry with me, right? Something not quite, I don't know what the word is, just it not quite fit because I couldn't find people that really got me, that really understood me, that were like me. And the reason why is I'm a contrast person. And being a contrast person means that I am going to contrast with other people. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to clash with them. It's still harmonious. It's just I'm going to be the different one. Okay? I'm not going to be the black sheep. I'm going to be the blue sheep, right? I'm going to be the one with the blue hair. That's awesome. And I spent my life really trying to be a similar, really trying to fit in. I was changing aspects of me, of who I am, in order to fit in to situations. And it never worked. Not only did it never work, it ended up being problematic because somebody in the group would have an issue with me, right? It would be ugly. And it was because I was so out of alignment with who I am. And once I understood that I am a contrast person and that I'm designed to be different, that I bring different vibrations into experiences so that other people have the opportunity to compare and contrast with me. They'll say, oh, I like that. I want to incorporate that into my experience. Or, ooh, I don't like that. I'm going to choose not to have that in my experience, right? If we're all the same, how are we able to really compare and contrast? We can't. So that's one of the gifts that I bring into an experience. So that was just really super powerful to me, for me to understand. Now we also talk about whether we're process or outcome, whether we are designed to really connect with the process or if we're designed for the outcome, right? Are we the journey or are we the destination? And, you know, a lot of people really are mixed up on that. They're designed to be one, but they're really acting the other. Are we internal or external? Do we compare ourselves? Do we compare situations to ourselves or do we compare ourselves to situations? This also can be problematic. Are we consistent or variable? And this is huge for us to know, even when we're in relationship to other people. My beloved and I are different. He is a consistent and I am a variable. And what's interesting is knowing that gives us so much more patience with one another. For example, every Wednesday night we have Mexican. We just have Mexican food. We love Mexican food, and every Wednesday night it works out because I have a meditation that goes late. And so after that, I come and we eat Mexican. And because he is a consistent, he likes to eat at the same consistent restaurant every Wednesday night. Now, I go with him, and for the first, year or so, I didn't really say anything about it, but there were times when I was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I've literally eaten everything on the menu that is in my flavor profile, right? Hundreds and hundreds of times because we've been together about 8 years now. And once I realized or got this information about me being a variable, what I did was I was like, okay, I got to have something different. So what we would do is I came up with the brilliant idea of, can we do a different Mexican restaurant? So he still gets to be consistent, but I get my different. And so every once in a while, maybe every 5 weeks or so, I'll say, okay, I want to go have a Morisco burrito at this other place. He's like, okay, you can do that. And so it's interesting when you have two people who know how they're designed. That's just one thing. That's just, a Wednesday night dinner. But we know that about each other now. So that can translate into every aspect of our experience, right? In how we communicate with one another, the things that we're interested in, the places we want to go, our intimate life. All of that can really be understood better when we know how we are designed. Now, sometimes a different one is reinventive or innovative. And that is another example with me and my beloved. I am reinventive and he is an innovator. And an example for this is he can go to the store, buy ingredients, come home and make something from scratch. And he gets good ideas. He follows recipes. He does everything really great, but he innovates things, right? He makes things from scratch. He's an engineer. He literally makes things from scratch. He builds circuit boards and stuff like that. He makes things that don't exist and makes them happen. I don't do that. I take things that already exist and I tweak them and I make them different and unique. I make them useful. I clarify them. I work on them. And so I'm a reinventive. When I look in the refrigerator, I don't look for things I can make up from scratch. I'll open up the refrigerator full of leftovers, and I will take those leftovers and make an amazing, different, unique meal out of them that I never could make unless I had these leftovers, right? Because I'm reinventing something that already exists. And that is, that's another thing. That was a problem that I had for a long time because I always thought, well, I don't have original ideas. Everything I think of already exists. I'm just tweaking it. And I thought that was a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's how I'm designed, right? I didn't invent the wheel, right? But I would have made the wheel rounder or faster or sleeker or more exciting or different colored, right? Right? Or with different materials. I just took it and made it better. All of us are different and we have different gifts and we bring in different things. Now, being instigative or reactive, same kind of thing. We got to know these. Are we integrative or exclusive? Excuse me. That's also important. All of these things are huge in how we learn and understand. And so what we get here in this 6-month training program is you're going to get clarification. You're going to get training on what all of these mean. You're also going to get a PDF of how you were designed to be in all of these things and how you're showing up in all of these things, which may be different. And then another little section that's going to show you where you're out of alignment. And then what you're going to do over the 6-month period is you're going to learn about all of the ways that you're designed. You're going to learn about the ways that you're showing up incongruently, not authentically. And you're going to learn how to start showing up more authentically. And then we're also going to talk about your time frame for manifestation, and you're going to have an intention, and we're going to determine whether that is going to be possible or probable, and what is the potential for that, and getting you to actually create what you want to manifest in the 6-month course. So on this page, this again is yourownsoul.com/MB for Manifesting Blueprint. Please go over there and check that out. There is a couple of actual videos from the course content so that you can watch those on your own time. And just kind of check them out so that you'll see just some of the information that's there. There are hours and hours and hours of content that is available for you to review. It is a 6-month spirit-led training. And you're going to receive the following. You're going to set your intention. You're going to get your manifesting blueprint PDF emailed to you, detailing where you're created to be. And you're going to use this in cooperation with the online content. And this is a $695 value. This is what I used to do this just as a single reading. And I don't do it anymore because it is so unsupportive to just chunk all of this information at you in a 3-hour session and say, go have at it. It's not supportive. So that's why this is, I don't even do the 3-hour session anymore on this. This is, I only do it in this 6-month training. So, and the regular reading price is $695. That's how much it costs. So you're going to get your PDF information about how you're designed, how you were created. Then you're also going to get it about how you're showing up now. And you're going to get your specific time frame for how you manifest so that you know how long your manifesting process is, which is hugely important so that you don't give up before you're just about to get your breakthrough, right? Then there's the online content, which is 24/7, and it details each section of the blueprint, and the value for this is $1,295. And it's going to be suggestions and tips for changing to realign, and also updates and additions. And we do live courses. And so when we're doing the live training, we're going to, I actually upload those recordings. It's a private Zoom class, and I upload those into the online content so that you can watch those anytime. You can go back to them at any time. You also get a 1-hour private session with me, and that would have been included in the original $695 reading, right? You get the information and the private time where we work that through together. Then you get 6 months of the live group support call webinars, and these are 2 hours each, and it's just your group. So I have class 1 going right now. They have their own classes. We've done the first 2 classes. And so your class is going to have its own classes. So it'll just be the folks in your class. And these are when the sessions are scheduled. Don't worry if you can't be there live because they are recorded. You can always email me your questions ahead of time. Let me know if you have any questions. Or anything you want me to talk more about, and I will do that during the call if you can't be there. But we go through lots of content, and it kind of tells you what we talk about. And it is super, 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 super supportive for your process. And then there is also a private Facebook group for accountability and support during this 6-month period, and I'm really active in there. I'm able to do Facebook Lives and do other things in that Facebook group where we can answer your questions and we can jump on and take care of issues that you're having. So, and it's also where we do our updates and our comments. We post pictures about how we're feeling this week for our manifesting process. We post our celebrations. We talk about what we're working on that week and so forth. So the total value for this course is $4,240. But don't worry, that's not what you're going to pay. And registration's closed right now for normal registration. We don't open the doors until this Saturday. But because I'm doing this webinar, I want folks, excuse me, to be able, I'm talking so much. I want folks to be able to really listen to, all of this stuff we talked about, learn why all of this is really important, and then be able to make a decision if they want to join. So if you're on this webinar, you do get this special pricing, and you can share this webinar out to your friends or anybody that you think could benefit. Okay? So the regular registration opens on Saturday, March 24th. It closes Sunday, April 8th. And our first class is going to be Monday, April 16th, which is going to be a live Zoom class, the 2-hour class. So, your investment for the webinar. If you're on this webinar, the price, which ends March 23rd, which is tomorrow, is $850. It's $150 off the regular pricing, which is going to be, I think, $995. Okay, so it's $145 off regular pricing. And for those of you who don't know what your primary energy center or soul purpose is, you're going to get that for free. It's an $87 value. I do that in my Jumpstart, okay? But I'm going to give you that information for free if you join during this webinar, okay? So you can either choose to buy now and pay $850, or you can do 6 monthly payments of $150. So that would make your total $900. Now, again, I want to let you know that is webinar pricing only. It's today and tomorrow. And when that ends, it's going to end. So early registration, the early bird registration is starting on Saturday. It's going to be available Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that price is going to be $895. And regular enrollment, which is going to begin on March 27th, and it's going to go from March 27th to April 8th, is going to be $995. Okay? So getting it at this $850 is a huge discount, and then you're also getting your primary energy center if you don't already know what that is. Now, there will be some payment plans that will be available for those two as well, but if you are interested, you can either pay the $850 or you can do the 6 monthly payments of $150. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. Okay? You're going to learn how you are designed to manifest. You're going to learn it, and you're going to practice it. Okay? You're going to put it into action and then come back and share your results, and we're going to tweak it. We're going to help you learn how to really do it really well. So I want to flip over and just show you the, yes, good. This is what the course content, the main page for the course content looks when you sign up. It talks, and I will register you this for this online content that we're going to start in April. Okay, so you're not going to have access to any of this course content until the first day of class. So it tells you a little bit about the instructor, and it talks about the course content. Right now, there's 104 videos, 1 text, and 30 audios. Now, the audios are audios of the videos so that you can just put them on and play the audio. Because a lot of people, they watch the videos and that's good, but they need the repetition. And so we have that audio where you can just click it on and just play. You can just play them, and it's awesome. It has the course dates and times that we're going to be there, and you can see the class videos. In this first section, there's 183 minutes. That's our first 2 online live classes that we did. Then there's the What You Need to Know. There's 36 minutes of videos there. In the Similarity or Contrast, there's almost 36 minutes there. And you'll see there's an introduction. Then there's a section on the similarity, if you're a similarity. There's a section on it, what if you're in the middle, because some people are a middle. Or if you're a contrast. And then it also has, see, it has the audio for each of those. Now, it is for all of the polarity spectrums. You have all of the content for each of them. So let's see, there's 32 minutes for the process or outcome. Then there's 25 minutes for internal and external. 30 for the consistent or variable. 15 for reinventive or innovative. 17 for instigative or reactive, $18 for integrative or exclusive. And then the second month is where the additional stuff comes in. And I just released this for this class. And there's 52 minutes, almost 53 minutes of deeper details where we're talking about vibrational elasticity, the laws of gestation, their time frames, stuff like that. And this is just what we have right now, what I've released to them for the first 2 months. There's going to be even more in the 6-month time period. So if this appeals to you, if you're inspired, if you're encouraged, I want you to go ahead right now and go to yourownsoul.com/MB and go ahead and register. You can either pay the payment at $850, the payment in full, or you can do the 6 monthly payments of $150. I will be taking this pricing off on Saturday morning. Okay, when I get up in the morning, Saturday morning, whenever that is. Sometimes it's 3 in the morning, sometimes it's 9. But I am going to be taking this off, and honestly, if I'm still up at midnight, I'll take it off at midnight, and then I will put in the payment for the early bird. Okay? So I hope you have learned something that has interested you and inspired you, and I hope that you join us in our manifesting class. And I just want to make sure, because I'm not seeing any comments right now, so I want to go on my phone to the group and make sure that there aren't any comments that I'm missing. So give me just a second. Okay. Nope, I don't see any comments on here either. Okay. So I really hope to see you with us. I want you to know that you are a divine creative being. You are here to have the experience that you want to have. And this training is going to teach you how to do that. I look forward to seeing you there. If you have any questions, you can reach me at info@yourownsoul.com. That's my email. Or you can go ahead and register at yourownsoul.com/MB. Love you. Make sure you share this with anybody who could benefit too. See you soon.